Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Amaro Molina, and I go by Vanime Soul. And this is the first time I'm kind of doing a video with a voiceover, mainly because I can tell some of you guys need it. I see a lot of questions, I get a lot of DMs asking about my process, and I feel it might be helpful. So, for any of the markers I use and the liners and stuff, you'll find that information on my Instagram through one of my highlight bubbles. But let's get to the work. So what you see me doing here is I'm adding a lot of depth, and I'm just kind of going through my markers, going light to dark, working with the skin tones that I have. And normally I don't do eyes. After I do skin tone, I would do hair, but in this case, I don't know how much room I'm going to need for the top. So you'll see me start outlining and, dropping a color pencil for the leaves that I'm going to add to the top. I'll add in these white highlights with the jelly roll pen, and I take advantage of the ink being wet just so that jelly roll has time to kind of sink in and be really, really vivid and pop from the shoe and really give those highlights that are intended, from the reference. So here, like I said, I'm drawing the leaves. I'm getting in how much room I'm actually going to be taking up before I color Bulma's hair. I really don't want to color her hair and then feel like I took away space from the top and pull away from something that I could have done really cool. So I dropped the outline for the leaves, got everything kind of set, and then I get to color in the hair. And it's pretty straightforward. It's no different than coloring the skin. It's just a whole different color palette. It's working with the blue hues and just kind of getting in the fine lines. In the hair though, unlike the skin tone, I do some of the hard lines last with the blue liners just because I use a different brand of liners, and that color, that pigment needs to sit on top of the Copic. If I was to try to put it over my liners, or put my liners and the Copic over that, it would distort. And now that I kind of have Bulma drawn out and colored, I won't color the trinket just yet, just because I don't know the color that I really want to go with. I really want to see my background and what I'm gonna do. And this pair was really different for me, considering that it's a pretty big size. It's a 10.5, I believe. So there was a lot of room to work with, but I really wanted it to be focused around a background. So, it was a kind of very much I was going off of a whim, just freestyling most of it, looking at references and then going from there. Drawing with my fingers, you'll see me do every now and then, just because it's helps me from drawing with the pencil and making a mistake. I'm drawing Kami's house here, and pretty much that reference that you see, and I'm combining a few others that I ran into that I really wanted to incorporate. I know earlier in the video, maybe about like 10-15 seconds ago, you saw me pull out an X-Acto knife. That X-Acto knife is used to reset the canvas. I'll shave it down so it has it's just the threading is even. There's no frayed edges, so it doesn't get caught on the nib of your marker and distort any even bleeding that you're aiming for. As far as background, when it comes to something like this, it kind of just takes experience. There's a lot of trial and error that comes with it that I just can't teach you through the video. The most I can do is explain that color pencil is key. And if you don't use color pencil, or you use any kind of graphite pencil like mechanical, the chances of your backgrounds coming out really, really smooth are just not high. That graphite picks up on the Copic marker nib, and it just kind of drags out and makes these black smears. It just don't look right. It doesn't look subtle. When you use color pencil or watercolor pencil, it bleeds into the shoe, and if you use a light enough watercolor pencil, it just almost erases completely due to the Copic ink. So you saw me do the sky first, and the reason I did that is because these dark colors that I'm going to use, these reds, these purples, I didn't want them pulled out by by the blue if I was to do it after. I didn't want to color the house, do blue, and then see that that color being pulled into the sky. As you can see here on top of Kami's house, you can see a little bit of blue bleeding in, and I know that's something that I can actually cover with Copic, with the reds and the pinks and purples that I'm going to use versus the other way around. Other than that, the video is pretty straightforward. A lot of it's a rinse and repeat. When it comes to the leaves, you'll see me do the same thing I use for the skin tone on the face. A lot of it really is not difficult. It's just getting basic techniques down. I say if you're just getting to work with Copics, use watercolor paper. Canson 120-pound watercolor paper. It's perfect. It's what I started on. And just get the feel for ink bleeding quickly. There is no way around it. The ink bleeds fast. You just gotta learn to work with it, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to do more of these. If you have any kind of criticism for my voice tutorial or any kind of tips, just let me know so I can improve the quality. If you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow. I'm still working on Twitter. Main focus is on Instagram. You guys have a good day, and see you next time.